These are the dog kennels at the old holding facility. From July 1, 2009 up until January 2015, this is where the Borderland Humane Society operated. On top where the broken down carriers are, this is where the cats used to live, literally on top of the dogs. The old holding facility was approximately 20 by 24 feet. The new holding facility is approximately 40 by 48 feet in size. At the old holding facility, there were 3 outdoor kennels for the dogs. Here's the front of the new holding facility. As you can see, we have the hours posted. Hours open to the public. Just received new benches. Welcome to the Borderland Humane Society. I'm going to give you a brief tour of our new shelter that we moved into in January 2015. It's far different than our old shelter. The old shelter, the cats used to literally live on top of the dogs, and our bathroom was with our office. In our new holding facility, the bathroom is fully handicap accessible. We have storage units. We also have a room specifically for washing, not only the towels that are in the animals' cages, but also facilities to wash the animals, the cats and the dogs. This is the entrance that the police use when they bring animals in. It's our intake area. We have 2 dog kennels and 2 cat kennels. This dog was picked up by the police yesterday and his owner has been notified. In this area we also have a lot of storage. We have an area specific for our cats. And they all have large kennels. Currently, all of the cats that we have are available for adoption. That's a Caranda cat tower, and the cats love climbing up on it to look out the windows. This is our dog kennel area. Very large kennels for them, and the public was gracious enough to donate Caranda beds as well as the toppers for them. The Borderland Humane Society put out a plea asking for the community's help, and we have dog beds for each of the kennels, including the intake kennels. And as you can hear, we have a radio for them going at all times, just so they hear a human voice and they don't feel alone. And here's our storage. We also have an area specifically for mom and puppies. It's a simple room, but it gives them privacy and mom can attend to her babies. Another new feature that came with the new holding facility, it was discussed at multiple meetings. We have a new way of mixing the chemical that we use to clean with. It's called kennel care, and this way is more efficient and we don't waste chemical like we used to necessarily. It mixes everything for us, this machine. This is the area we have for the dogs outside, so when it's nice out, they have an area to run. This is one of our volunteers playing with one of our dogs that's available for adoption. We're always looking for more volunteers. There's many different positions. You can help out with fundraising. You can help out in the office, in cleaning. You can play with the animals. If you're not a cat person, you can hang out with the dogs. If you're not a dog person, you can hang out with the cats. Currently, we have 3 external kennels for the dogs. We are working on getting tops for protection from the sun. In the future, we hope to have the fencing area expanded so the dogs will be able to run more. It's also been discussed the possibility of a public dog park. There are many trails in the area the new holding facility is located at, and if we could bring the community together, that would be amazing. This is our storage shed, as well as the entrance that volunteers use, those who walk the dogs in the evenings and during the day. One of our volunteers was gracious enough to paint the shed. Here's another one of our volunteers who graciously walks the dogs almost every day. When you volunteer, you really get to know the animals, and it's a benefit to the animals because they get to become more socialized. They learn basic manners. Here's one of the trails that we walk the dogs down at night or during the day. It's nice for them to get off the street or the sidewalk once in a while. Borderland Humane Society is constantly in the public's eye. Each week, the Journal is gracious enough to donate a spot to our Pet of the Week. With the Pet of the Week, we show the animal and their biography. That can also be seen on the BHS website, which is www.borderlandhumanesociety.org. When we were at the old holding facility, we had 3 outdoor kennels. In this picture we have 2. Sometimes we would have multiple dogs in each, depending on the dog's temperament. And the cats literally lived on top of the dogs. When people had asked us, do the cats and dogs get along when they were adopting, we had a pretty good idea if they did or not. When we had our original open house at the old holding facility, it was very well attended. And the Chamber of Commerce of International Falls was there, and they did a ribbon cutting ceremony. The Journal is also very good about supporting animal health and well-being. They publish articles about weather, be it heat or cold. They publish helpful hints. And when it comes to Christmas time, the food shelf and the journal and the Borderland Humane Society come together. The journal will put up a Christmas tree, and the public will come in and donate foods and toys and goods for the cats and dogs in the community. And the donations go to the food shelf, unless designated otherwise to the Borderland Humane Society. So as you can tell, the Borderland Humane Society is constantly in the public's eye. The Borderland Humane Society advertises in many ways. We use our website, www.borderlandhumanesociety.org, to keep the public aware of the animals that are available for adoption, as well as the animals that are found. Our hours of operation are 3 to 7, Tuesday through Friday, and Saturday 8 until noon. That is when the holding facility is open to the public. We have a newly revised mission statement. In addition to advertising on the website, the Borderland Humane Society has a very active Facebook page. The local radio station, KGHS KSDM 104.1, every Tuesday and Thursday, interviews the president of the Humane Society, and she informs the public of the animals that are available for adoption and any adoption specials that may be going on, as well as helpful hints. The Borderland Humane Society also goes out into the community and speaks with service organizations, as well as going into the elementary schools to educate the children about how an animal should be treated, talk about nutrition, and spay and neuter. The Borderland Humane Society networks with local businesses. We have a wonderful working relationship with the businesses in our community. And we also network with other shelters and rescue groups in Minnesota as well as in Canada. We work with Friends of Animals in Fort Frances, Ontario as well. Hi, my name is Callie Cantos, and I have been a volunteer with the Borderland Humane Society for just over 5 years now. I've volunteered in many capacities, and I would like to tell you about our new mission statement. It now reads, "The Borderland Humane Society provides safe shelter for companion animals in transition, promotes responsible pet ownership, and improves the quality of life for animals and people." I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Borderland Humane Society. 100% of the animals that are adopted from the Borderland Humane Society are spayed and neutered. This helps us to help others promote responsible pet ownership. In 2014, the Borderland Humane Society facilitated over 200 spays and neuters. Currently, the Borderland Humane Society offers $50 vouchers, it's like a coupon, to persons living in Coochin County to help assist in the cost of spaying and neutering your cat or dog. You can reach the Borderland Humane Society in many different ways. You can go out to our website, www.borderlandhumanesociety.org, and contact us through our email by clicking on the link, or email us directly at info@borderlandhumanesociety.org. You can go to Facebook and see all the animals that are available for adoption and those that are found that come into the holding facility. If you are looking to make a monetary donation, you would send that to Post Office Box 543, International Falls, Minnesota 56649. If you would like to speak to somebody at the Borderland Humane Society, give us a call at 218-283-9276 or drop by the holding facility. We're next to the Menards Lumberyard. Hours of operation when we're open to the public are Tuesday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday, 8 in the morning until noon. Are you looking for a different place to come and volunteer your time? Think about volunteering at the Borderland Humane Society. We're always looking for people to come help out. Examples of the volunteer work you could do include playing with the cats and the dogs. Sometimes you might even have to bathe them. There's cleaning that has to be done around the holding facility. There's people who walk the dogs during the day and at night when the holding facility is not open to the public. There's also someone who greets the general public when the holding facility is open. If you want to get involved with the Borderland Humane Society but don't want to necessarily be around the animals, think about coming to the public meetings. They're every fourth Friday of each month. We meet here at the new holding facility. The meetings are held from 5:30 until 7:30 at night. Our board consists of 8 volunteers. There are other ways you can help the Borderland Humane Society. Have your pets spayed and neutered. We all know that their shelters are overcrowded and many animals are put to sleep each day. And if people took the time to spay and neuter their pets, many animals would not end up in shelters. Another thing that you can do if your pet should happen to run away is make sure that they have an ID on them. This ID should contain the animal's name as well as a contact phone number for you. This will help us get your animal back to you very quickly. I would like to dispel a few myths about the Borderland Humane Society. Many people feel that the pound, also known as the holding facility, is a bad place for the animals. When animals come into the Borderland Humane Society system, they are well taken care of. They are fed, they are watered, their medical needs are attended to, and they are loved. The dogs are taken on multiple walks each day. This helps to socialize the animals and just let them know that they are loved. The cats do get out to play, and many people come and tour the holding facility, as well as the many volunteers. They come in and they play with the animals. Another thing that I've commonly heard is that the Borderland Humane Society puts animals to sleep after a certain amount of time. The Borderland Humane Society makes every effort to ensure that we do not put animals to sleep. If an animal is injured and the medical bills are very high and we feel that we cannot help them, yes, at that point in time the animal is put to sleep humanely at the vet's office. Another myth, this is with all shelters, not just the Borderland Humane Society, is that the animals that end up in the rescues and the shelters and the holding facilities are broken. This simply is not the case. Animals end up in these places because they run away from a bad situation, their people aren't responsible, or they were simply let out of the gate which happens many times. I've adopted 2 animals from the Borderland Humane Society, and they are not broken. They are very loved, very well socialized, and when the Borderland Humane Society adopts an animal out, there is follow-up done. We call to make sure that the animal is doing well in their new home situation, and we ask if there's anything that they, being the new adopters, need from the Borderland Humane Society, if there's anything we can do to help make the transition for the animal easier. The Borderland Humane Society receives money from multiple sources, including the City of International Falls, Coochin County. When an animal is adopted from the Borderland Humane Society, there is a fee involved. When an animal comes into the holding facility and the owner claims the animal, there is a fee for claiming that animal. People often choose to donate monies to the Borderland Humane Society. It may be in honor of a friend, a family member, or even a pet. People also donate monies in memoriam. When a loved one passes, the loved one may be a person or an animal. The Borderland Humane Society is currently looking for foster families. When you're a foster family, you take an animal into your home. The Borderland Humane Society pays for the food and the vet bills. And what the foster family provides is a loving home where the animal learns socialization skills and just has a nice home to live in. If you think you have the time and the willingness to volunteer your time as a foster parent for the Borderland Humane Society, we would love to hear from you. Please give us a phone call at 218-283-9276. Thank you. On behalf of the Borderland Humane Society, Barkley and I would like to say thank you for your continued support and come into our new holding facility. Have a great day.